Piece of business out of the way before we start. There is a co-author on your book, Juan Carlos Cruz.
You are not going to guess the turn that this interview takes on the Today Show. This is a couple years old, and I'll fill in the gaps of what actually ended up happening after, but watch this. You can guess a million times, you won't be able to guess what happens.
Analyzing recipes to boost your sexual appetite is Amy Riley, co-author of The Love Diet. Hello, Amy.
Hey, Amy. Nice to see you.
I want to get a piece of business out of the way before we start. There is a co-author on your book, Juan Carlos Cruz, who is accused in a murder-for-hire plot with his wife.
Right.
There's a plea bargain happening today. What's the stat? What's going on there?
I know that today there's a hearing in a couple of hours, and supposedly there's going to be a plea bargain. That's really all I know. Juan Carlos and I have been communicating by letter. He can't talk with me about his case. Basically, all I know is that this is a man who's very, very passionate about cooking for better health and sharing it with other people, and that's why we did the Love Diet together.
All right, well,
but you're friends and you're wishing him all the best.
Yes, but I promised myself I wouldn't cry today.
Okay, we're not going to. We're going to cook. This is a love segment.
Amy, all
right, so what are we making?
So we are making a black truffle lovers lasagna.
Okay.
Ooh, yummy. A black truffle lovers lasagna. Did I tell you? Was I right? You weren't going to guess where that was going to go. Now, if you want to know what ended up happening or what was happening, I'll tell you in just a second. But can you imagine what probably was happening there? So she had a co-author, and I would imagine when they got booked on the Today Show, both her and the co-author were supposed to be there as, like, you know, that's just how publicity tours work. Yeah, you have both people that are heavily involved in this new cookbook on one of the biggest shows in America. And then, you know, the day comes around. Well, where's Juan Carlos? Well, funny you should ask. The thing is, he got arrested for attempting to murder his wife. Well, here's what actually happened. The former Calorie Commando TV chief has pleaded no contest to charges in California where he hired homeless men in a failed attempt to kill his wife. And you're trusting that guy with your calorie intake? This happened, I think, like 10 years ago. I think 2010. Well, it was almost 15 years ago. And so this is kind of all played out. But just this video is resurfacing, and I thought it was too hilarious to not bring you here. The Los Angeles prosecutor said the 48-year-old Juan Carlos Cruz entered a plea deal on Tuesdays for solicitation of murder. He faces 9 years in prison when he is sentenced in December. In other words, if he got the maximum, he's out of jail now. And I don't know if I should be scared making fun of this video then. He was arrested in May by Santa Cruz police after a homeless man reported he was offered $500 to kill Cruz's wife, who is to kill this guy's wife, who is a 47-year-old attorney. Yeah, not a great look. Can you imagine, again, the position that this lady is in, the co-author here? Well, I have to say that I like this guy, but also he's now being charged with attempted murder or whatever the case is of trying to have someone murdered. I'll smile. Thanks, Hoda and Kathy Lee, for putting me in this position. But also, like, I don't know, do they not mention it? I don't think they can. I don't think they can not mention the fact that the co-author of the book that they're putting on their national show, one of the biggest shows in America, is also facing some pretty hefty criminal charges. Just thought that was funny, and this is, I guess, the video's making its way around the internet. But again, you wouldn't have been able to guess that this is the direction of this Love Diet book was gonna go.